Welcome to Billionaire. In this video, we will be showing the compilation of the video created the entire week. You can simply learn how to become a millionaire as a teenager in one or more of the video. Let's start. Video 1: How to be rich like Elon Musk. When I picture life, I imagine us all walking down our winding path, pulling a wagon behind us. We all have self-belief and self-worth. Walking down the way of life, carrying our inner beliefs, we happily trundle along the path toward whatever our own goal is, but sometimes experience isn't so breezy. It feels like it is so easy to get your wagon knocked over. You are there, trundling along with your cart filled with nuggets of self-worth and self-esteem, walking purposefully towards your goals, and it can just take one person with one perfectly timed comment to knock your self-esteem, someone you trust and respect to say something critical, a negative thought you have about yourself not being good enough, a comparative idea about yourself to other more successful people, and your wagon gets tipped over. When you're having a hard time seeing the good in yourself, remember these 5 essential things. If you follow this step, you can be as successful as Elon Musk. You are welcome to Billionaire. Kindly remember to subscribe, like and share with those who you believe need to see this. 1. Understand that opinions aren't facts. At some point in your life, you believed in yourself, and you were feeling great. Then, someone came along and made you doubt yourself. They gave their opinion of you, and it hurt. You believed in yourself less and carried the hurt with you. You need to understand that the comment was someone's opinion, not a fact. Just because someone doesn't see your worth doesn't mean no one will. You can't please everyone, so don't even try. 2. Growth takes time. If you have been watching Elon Musk motivational speech, you will know you need to give yourself a break. It's so important. If you don't believe in yourself, you are still growing, and you are learning, failing, and learning again. No one has all the answers, and there is no right way to do something. You are just growing, and you are going to make mistakes, and that doesn't make you a wrong person or a failure. It makes you a human who is growing. 3. Elon Musk doesn't let fear stop him. Let's talk about your fear. When you don't believe in yourself, it is most likely that you are afraid to be yourself. Believing in yourself takes bravery. You have to be the one who pushes you forward and believes in you. If you don't, you just stand still. You have to believe in yourself to move forward, and fear holds you back. 4. You are unique. You are unique, and I say this with all the passion in the world. You are different. You walk down your own unique and beautiful path. Not everyone is going to understand it, but it's always like that. It's made by people who no one believed in, who stood up, defied fear and doubt, and said what they thought. You can see this in every Elon Musk motivational interview. 5. You are capable of restarting. Your self-esteem has been knocked, and you are at a place full of self-doubt. It's time to let go of these doubts, fears, and self-loathing thoughts so you can move forward. It is time to reset your mindset and life. Draw a line in the sand and refuse to let self-doubt cross it. Step 1. Acknowledge how you feel. Acknowledge all of your fears, doubts, and negative thoughts or feelings about yourself. Write them down and face them, all of them. Step 2. Redefine. Look at these fears and write counter statements. For example, fear: I am afraid that if I try to build this new business, I will fail. I don't think I have what it takes. Counter statement: I may fail, but the pain of not trying will be harder than the pain of failing. I would instead try and fail than never try. It is what I want, and it is worth the risk. I can do this. I have come back from failure before, more robust and wiser. I let go of this fear. Make sure your counter statement is empowering. Make it personal, so when you read it, you feel passionate and energized. This will give you the energy to overpower the self-doubt. Step 3. Let it go. Let each fear, doubt, and negative thought go. Let go of the heavyweights that are holding you down so that you can move forward with excitement rather than dread. Now that you feel 100% times lighter, you can pick yourself up and keep moving along your path. Step by step, focus on the next right thing to do to work towards your goal. Don't look up the mountain and become overwhelmed. If you want some tips on how to improve your self-esteem, here's an article that can help, how you can improve your self-esteem instantly. Final thoughts. Don't be afraid to ask for help. When your self-esteem is low, it can be tough to nurture it all by yourself. Sometimes you need a confidence boost from someone who does believe in you. Don't be afraid to reach out and talk to someone you trust about how you are feeling and ask for support. Elon Musk surrounds himself with men of great ability, and you, too, can do the same. If you like this video, please subscribe, turn on the notification and share with those who you believe need to see this. Thank you. Video 2. What to do if you become millionaire today. After achieving goal success, you will feel like you are on cloud 9. You have overcome a challenge in your life and, as a result, built a habit that'll bring you to new heights in your life. It's a beautiful feeling, but eventually, that dopamine high from the success fades away. And like so many other people that have obtained success, they are left with a big question. What's next? What should I do now that my goal becomes a success? People are ambitious. But after successfully reaching a goal, people can lose themselves or slow down their momentum of growth. This part of the process is a problem that many individuals face at some point if they haven't encountered it already. Here's what you need to do when your goal is a success. What to do once you achieve your goal. When you first set yourself an enormous goal that you're working towards, it's easy for you to focus solely on that goal. There isn't any kind of space at all to think about what you should be doing after you achieve goal success. Fortunately, some necessary information and lessons can help you once you reach goal success and move forward in life. These are principles that millionaire Paul Scolari has put into practice to significant effect. Here is a breakdown of these principles. 1. Don't be arrogant. You might not be striving to become a millionaire like Scolari. However, it's still an important lesson to keep in mind. While you've made significant progress, it's essential that you don't underestimate what you left behind or look down on those who are in the same situations as you. Growth is a fragile thing, and it can easily be replaced with bad habits that push you back into a worse situation. Furthermore, acting cocky or arrogant about your achievements can push people away, whether that's friends, family, or key supporters. That's not good because oftentimes, growth stems from sources beyond ourselves. Many millionaires have mentors to help guide them. Athletes have coaches. We don't often hear about them in particular stories, but many people are involved in your growth in one way or another. Stay humble and recognize who those people are and acknowledge them. 2. Train yourself to work on more challenging goal. I'll be expanding on this idea further below. But the idea is that once you achieve a goal you didn't think you could have met, you want to continue by setting a larger purpose than that. You want to progressively set goals that you think are impossible to achieve after every successful leap in achievement. For example, if you've achieved a high-ranking position at your job, an even bigger goal would be to build your own business in that particular industry. 3. Work harder and smarter when working on your goals. Maintaining confidence, positive thinking, and work are all needed for achievement. Naturally, if you're taking a more significant endeavor, you'll need to put in more motivation, confidence and work into that too. But hard work isn't all that's needed. It also pays to work smarter and reflect on your achievements. What helped you achieve this goal in the first place? What method or approach did you take to make all of this happen for you? Many people lose their way because they let their goal success get to them, and they forget what got them into that lofty position in the first place. That stems from a lack of reflection. So, make sure you look back to what helped you get to where you are right now. 4. Don't care about negators. Haters, critics, they're all the same. Whenever you achieve something, there will always be people who will try to drag you down. It turns out, many people are jealous individuals and go as far as wishing that you would fail. Part of the problem is that many people who haven't worked toward goals expect goal success to be simple. It's something that can be done in a matter of months or weeks even. Not only that, but we are often oblivious to the amount of work that's needed to bring people to pinnacles of success. Take Scolari. Unless he shares his particular story of how he became a millionaire, we don't know what he went through to get there. All we know is the tip of the iceberg, that he wasn't a millionaire and now he is. Even if your goal success is going to impact a small area, you're still going to get haters or people who don't believe you. Leave them be, as your success has nothing to do with how they are feeling. What to do after goal success? With these 4 principles in mind, you would want to apply these in your life moving forward. Better yet, use these right now while you are still working towards your goals. But what comes next after you have achieved success? After all, these principles are great, but not all of them will bring you that momentum you need for the aftermath of your victory. Here are some things to be keeping in mind. 1. Set that bigger goal or expand it. As I mentioned before, you want to be setting more substantial goals. The ambition of people is endless, and bottomless down. You are always looking to achieve more. It sounds greedy, but striving for more doesn't always have to be in the form of money or high achievements. You could reach out to more people and help them out with their problems. Or maybe, you want to form a deeper connection with your family and friends. And in some cases, perhaps you want to train for even better physical health and test it by participating in a triathlon. Whatever the case may be, you want to be setting a larger goal than before. In many industries and aspects of your life, there is always room for some kind of expansion. So, when you put your mind to it, you'll find that there are also other ambitions that you have. Another way to look at this is to expand your original goal beyond where it was before. In some cases, there are natural progressions similar to how you want to set milestones that bring you to that achievement. For example, if you're looking to lose weight and you've hit your target, the next destination would be to train your body in a specific way, such as training for a local marathon. You're still striving for physical activity, but you'll be training in a different way that your body isn't used to. 2. Help others out. Another approach is along the same lines as staying humble. Instead of looking down at people, devote some of your energy to helping people out. Chances are you got involved in a community or group that helped you to achieve your results in some way. Since that group or community helped you, why not give back to those that helped you? This isn't necessarily progress, but it gives you the respite you need to figure out what you want to do next. All the while, this allows you to pass down and reinforce what you have learned. Remember that your ideas are important, and they can shift if you stray from the path that brought you success in the first place. Helping out the community in some way can help you stay true to your morals and ideals. 3. Look at other baskets. As the saying goes, don't put your eggs all in one basket. It's a fitting phrase in our lives, as we all have many aspects, or baskets, in our lives. Along the same lines as the first suggestion, perhaps some of you spent so much time building up one basket that you ignored another. In that case, why not look at other baskets and give them the attention that they need? 4. Self-reflect and find yourself. The last suggestion that I have is to take some time for yourself. Pause, self-reflect, and aim to find yourself once more after this big step of success. It makes sense that after a goal success, you'll want to move on to the next big thing, but you must go back to yourself. As mentioned above, there are many aspects of ourselves, and if we focus on Video 3, Jeff Bezos reveal how to become successful the fast and smart way. In this video, we will learn how to become successful in life, on YouTube, in business, in real estate, without college, on Twitch, in BitLife, at a young age, as a teenager, Amazon seller. The tips we want to learn in this video will teach you how to become a success at anything. You are watching Blazony Video. If you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe to our channel and turn on notification. Now that you have done that, let's see the steps Jeff Bezos and all other successful people follow to become successful. We've all been there. We get motivated to accomplish a goal, and we feel like we're making real progress for the first few days. However, after a week or two, we notice that our motivation fades, and with that, so make our efforts. Our progress tails off, and eventually, we may quit altogether. This is something that we need to avoid if we want to accomplish our goals. We can't fall into some of the common traps that the average person falls into. 1. Study those who came before you. A little motivation never hurt anybody, right? On top of that, studying the people who previously accomplished the goal that you're looking to accomplish can save you a lot of headaches in the long run. From these practices, you can begin to determine what challenges the person faced when they started to take action towards their goals. Furthermore, you can also gather information about what strategies they used to overcome those challenges. 2. Mentally prepare yourself. There are a lot of traps we can fall into as we try to take action towards our goals. The first one is failing to prepare ourselves for the journey mentally. Doing this means that you need to be able to visualize the obstacles and challenges that are going to confront you when you begin taking action and making progress. It also means that you can imagine yourself accomplishing the goal at the end of the journey. Think about it this way: who do you think is more likely to overcome a challenge, the person who just dives into a task without any preparation, or the person who has taken some to consider the challenges and obstacles that they may face carefully? The person who has taken the time to consider these challenges is more likely to succeed. But why? Well, the answer to that question is that this individual has mentally prepared themselves for the challenges that they were likely to face. That way, when they begin to take action towards their goal, they have two crucial advantages in their back pocket. 3. Make a plan. After you've studied what other people have done before you, figured out what works and what doesn't, decided what's likely to work for you, and then finally mentally prepared yourself for the journey, it's time to make a plan. 4. Track yourself and your progress. Once you've created your personalized plan that you can use to take action, you should try to find ways to track your progress. How you do this doesn't matter. You could create a habit tracker where you track the habits that you need to implement to achieve your goal. You could create a map of your milestones that you check off as you accomplish each of them. You could also even download an app that could enable you to track your progress with ease. 5. Make it fun and stay motivated. This is one of the more fun parts of learning how to take action towards your goals. If you want to make real progress, you have to make achieving the goal fun. Find ways that make it appealing to you. For example, a reward system is often an excellent way to make taking action fun, and it's a unique way for us to remain motivated. This could be a small and fun reward after accomplishing a particular habit, such as going for a walk after writing a few pages of that book you've been working on forever. Bottom line. So there you have it. When used effectively, these strategies will help you to take action towards some of your massive goals. To sum things up, you're going to study what people before you have done to accomplish similar goals and learn about their journey. Then, you're going to mentally prepare yourself for the trip that is going to lay ahead of you, as well as the challenges and barriers that you're likely going to have to face, confront, and overcome. Following that, you will have to create the plan you will follow as you take action. The critical part of this is to remember that your program has to be uniquely tailored to you and what you want to accomplish. Thanks for watching it. See you next time, and other great videos can help you achieve your goal are on this channel. You can check them out. Please remember to take action. Video 4: PewDiePie strategy on how to make a plan and reach your goal. If you subscribe to PewDiePie, chances are you have watched any of the following videos: PewDiePie Minecraft, PewDiePie Last of Us 2, PewDiePie VST Series, PewDiePie Song, PewDiePie Dr. Phil, PewDiePie 90 Day Fiancé, PewDiePie The Last of Us, PewDiePie Terraria, PewDiePie Animal Crossing, PewDiePie and Marzia, PewDiePie Anime, PewDiePie and Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie Alinity, PewDiePie and Jacksepticeye Minecraft, PewDiePie Aoni, PewDiePie and Cry, a PewDiePie Megalovania, a PewDiePie Song, a PewDiePie Megalo, a Congratulations PewDiePie, a Congratulations PewDiePie Remix, PewDiePie Big Ed, PewDiePie BTS, PewDiePie Bottle Flip, PewDiePie Book Review, PewDiePie Belle Delphine, PewDiePie Breaks Tambourine, PewDiePie Ben Shapiro. In this video we will talk about how to make your plan to become a success like PewDiePie. You are watching Blazony Video. Please subscribe and turn on notification if you have not done so. Also remember to give this video a thumbs up. If your goals feel out of reach right now, it's totally understandable. With so many unforeseen changes due to COVID-19, it becomes difficult to know how to make a plan and stick to it. The thing is, our world is always changing. Most of the time, it's not overly noticeable, or we handle it fairly well. This particular global challenge is different though, because we are all affected. This has caused chaos for our economy, our livelihood, and our original plans for the year. And it feels unmanageable for many of us. It's tempting to just sit and wait. Because how can you make a plan when you don't know what will happen next? However, the one thing that hasn't changed is our ability to adapt, and we can use this to create new goals and make a plan that works for us now. The capacity to modify our behavior is something we are all born with. In fact, it is one of our greatest childhood gifts. As a baby, we use it to move from crawling to walking. It's the same skill we use to wash our hands more frequently and maintain a safe physical distance. We practice flexibility when we decide not to watch the news and listen to a positive podcast instead. Many of us have used this muscle to move our work online during isolation. In fact, behavioral flexibility is considered one of the 5 principles for success. 1. Used together with sensory awareness, we give ourselves maximum potential to achieve success. The good news is, by embracing this flexibility muscle, you can make a plan in any situation. This includes times when you feel you have no control, like now. It's just about staying aware and adapting as you go. Here's how to get started. 1. Plan your outcome for the year. Beginning with the end in mind and working backwards is a well-known strategy to achieve success. Shared by Stephen Covey in his book 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, it is a habit that has stood the test of time. Without knowing our target, it's impossible to adequately plan or have influence over what we achieve. This highly effective habit is essential, even in the current situation. No matter what is happening in your external environment, you can still decide on an outcome you want. As you get clear on this and write it down, you will begin to notice opportunities to help you achieve it. 2. Be realistic. When you set your goals, consider whether the time frame is realistic. Sometimes our deadlines can be a bit too tight depending on things out of our control. This doesn't mean we can't achieve them. Based on your choice of strategies and your workload, you may be able to meet a very short deadline. Take a sensible and logical look at your goal and decide if the timeline is realistic. If not, change the deadline. 3. Don't map out your plan. This is one of the biggest mistakes I see at any time throughout any year. Through a desire for certainty, people map out their plans for the whole year, each step documented month by month. Mapping out the whole year is possibly why many people dump their plans during a crisis. If we do this, we leave no space for adapting as we move forward, and it limits our potential. As we start to take action, our brain and our external environment change. This means we become aware of greater opportunity, which could help us achieve even more. But we have to leave room for this possibility. When we make a plan, we use smaller chunks and deadlines. This leaves room for adjustments, and we maximize our scope for success. 4. Make your first 90-day plan. This means chunking your goals down into a 90-day plan only for your initial quarter. As you do this, you leave room to be adaptable with whatever comes up. It takes 90 days to build momentum. This means it will take 3 months to see a result from a strategy we use. This is an unconscious concept, but we can use it to consciously help us stay on track and propel forward. Divide your year into 4 quarters, starting from where you are now. Then for each 12-month goal, decide what outcomes need to be achieved in the first 90 days only. Write the goals down and decide which strategies to use. 5. Chunk it down to the first month. Different sized chunks of information motivate different people. Some people feel more compelled by big-picture goals. Others feel more motivated by shorter-term goals. Those who love longer-term tend not to chunk goals down and may take haphazard action. Those who love details find it difficult to see the big picture and can get stuck. The most successful way to make a plan is to use both large and small chunks. By chunking your goals down to what you will achieve in the first month, you can feel a sense of achievement much earlier. This keeps you on target and encourages you to achieve more. Check your 90-day goals and set goals for the first month that align with them. Write them down in your planner to help them stick in your mind. 6. Break it down again. Notice how we only set goals for firsts, and this includes our first week. It's a natural tendency to want to plan out the whole month but don't. This can seriously keep you stuck or put far too much pressure on you. Plus, remember, there is always more than one way of achieving something. There are opportunities we won't even see until we've achieved something else. This means if we map the month out, we can limit ourselves. Setting goals just for the first week leaves heaps of room for the unforeseen, and that means we can modify it to suit changing situations. It also means we can feel good about ourselves at the week's end as we look at all the ticks. Our unconscious mind loves that. Write outcomes for the first week into your planner that will help you achieve your goals for the month. 7. Plan and structure your week. This is where many people come off the track, especially when things are changing rapidly. With a list of goals and no structure to follow each week, it's easy to become distracted. If we don't plan each day, we can go a whole week feeling like we're getting nowhere. Structuring our week and forming a routine can also greatly improve our health. Some of the benefits include better stress levels and better sleep. When we structure each week and day, we feel like we are getting somewhere. This motivates us to keep going, even when the unexpected arises. Write a plan in your journal for what you will do each day of the week to achieve your goals. This is where you can chart it out on a daily timeline and create a routine. 8. Reflect and readjust your plan. This is something I recommend you do at least at the end of each month. However, when things are changing rapidly, it's necessary to do this more frequently. Using our awareness and flexibility regularly, we can make the most of any situation by looking at how we can change. We can make adjustments fast to keep up with the external environment and things we have no control over. We are also able to see where mistakes have been made or if we can tweak something slightly to maximize results. This is why we don't map the year out. It gives us much more flexibility to respond positively to external changes. At the end of each month or more regularly, if you need to, look for what has worked and how you can do more of it. Consider what didn't work and how you can change it. See what you need to start doing or stop doing. Then, write your plan for the following week or goals for the following month to include those changes. 9. Rinse and repeat. When you reach the end of your 90 days, rinse and repeat. Make a plan for the following 3 months and chunk your goals down in exactly the same way. As you continue to do this, you will notice you boost the momentum you have already built. You will feel a huge sense of achievement, and this will spur you on to accomplish more. You may notice by this stage that some of your goals may have changed slightly, and that's okay. Remember, as you take new actions, your awareness expands to see new potential. This may change your shorter-term goals because you have found something better. That's a good thing and all part of being flexible, so run with it. Final thoughts. Whether you're currently surfing the COVID-19 crisis or another challenge entirely, you can still make a plan by adjusting. More than this, planning without flexibility can get in the way in any circumstance. This includes the good times because nothing is static. As you plan while allowing space to readjust to external changes, you will find your results are pleasantly surprising. Thanks for watching today's episode of Billionaire. Remember to share with your loved ones. Video 5. How Bill Gates Plan His Day for Healthy and Productive Life. There are many things that the 21st century makes a lot easier for us. Not everything, though. Despite the fact that the standard of living is constantly improving, some challenges just seem like they get more and more difficult all the time. You are watching Billionaire video. Please, subscribe to this channel and turn on notification to be notified of a future video. In this video, we will learn how to plan your day to stay productive and healthy. Let's start. Despite the fact that the standard of living is constantly improving, some challenges just seem like they get more and more difficult all the time. For example, even though there are hundreds of things we can enjoy doing, hundreds of opportunities to take advantage of, and hundreds of tech gadgets that are supposed to help us, the lifestyle often backfires and makes getting things done much harder, especially if we want to do it effectively. In essence, remaining productive in our day-to-day living has in many ways never been more difficult. However, it's not something we have to just accept. No matter how busy we think we are, we can still enjoy a cool lifestyle without losing any of our productivity. For me, and probably for many of you as well, being able to accommodate work-life balance, including things like dieting, relaxation, and working out is a serious challenge. It's not impossible, though. First, it's important to realize that you don't have to do everything, every single day, but in any given week, there will be at least one day when you will have to find a way to handle your work, take care of your diet, relax, and finally do your workout, all in just 24 hours. How can you make that happen? Try the following approach. 1. Think in advance. The best possible starting point is to spend 10 minutes in the evening planning your next day. You can use a tool like Google Calendar to schedule your workouts and other activities, to make sure that you don't overlook anything important. You need to know how much time you have on a given day and how much of it you're going to need to complete every activity. Once you have an understanding of what you need to do, you can focus on preparation. This means things like setting the alarm clock, planning what you're going to do first, and so on. When doing so, consider the following points. 4. Bring snacks with you. Snacking is the main problem for most dieters. We know eating chocolate every 2 hours is not a healthy habit, but many of us do it anyway. Throughout the day, you'll find yourself craving different foods. The best way of dealing with this is to have a healthy snack on hand at all times, instead of eating less healthy foods. Most of the time it's just your brain telling you that it needs to consume something, but it doesn't necessarily have to be chocolate. Now, if you're working from home, it's easier, but if you have a standard out-of-the-home job, then make sure to take some snacks with you to fight temptations at work. Usually, no matter what kind of diet you're on, things that can be considered healthy snacks are carrots, nuts, vegetables, and low-sugar fruit. Consult your dietitian on this. 5. Work in intervals. Time to work now. For me, the most effective approach at working is to focus on utilizing the following intervals, and it's not the first time I'm sharing this, by the way. Work for 50 minutes. Have a 10-minute break. Work for another 50 minutes. Have a 30-minute break. Repeat. Why is this effective? Because our brain is not able of maintaining concentration for more than 1 to 2 hours at a time. By providing frequent breaks, we're actually improving our productivity greatly. Tested on me. 6. Work out before lunch. There are many reasons why working out before lunch is the right thing to do. First, there are a lot fewer people at the gym. Secondly, you get additional stimulation to focus on the rest of your day, a similar effect to the afternoon coffee. Finally, after the workout, you can have a protein-rich snack or lunch which will improve your weight loss, muscle gain results. Hint: protein is good for both. Another thing great about this is that your workouts don't have to belong. Working out for 30 minutes before lunch, 3 times a week is still a lot better than working out for 1.5 hours, once a week in the evening. Remember what I said about sticking with your plan, and not trying to be too ambitious. 7. Relax by doing something entirely different. Some people like to relax by going for a jog in the evening. For me, this is not a good approach. First, you're exhausted after your workday and all you'll be thinking about is your bed or the TV set. Secondly, as I said before, any physical activity wakes up your body, like coffee does, and I don't see the point of waking up in the evening, just an hour or two before you're supposed to go to sleep. 2. Warm up immediately after getting up. There are many ways to wake up in the morning. The most popular one is to drink half a gallon of coffee and leave the house immediately afterward. How about doing a simple warm-up instead? Start your day by doing some jumping jacks, push-ups, bodyweight squats, arm and leg swings. Doing this for 10 to 15 minutes will have a better effect than coffee. The other, probably even more obvious benefit is that it allows your stiff body to work out its aches and pains. 3. Eat a good breakfast. This is where your diet comes into play. Depending on the guidelines you're following, there are many variations of a good breakfast. Just don't go to the extreme with your diet. What is really important is to choose a diet that you're actually going to be able to stick with. A word about dieting. The word diet doesn't always have great connotations. Many people think that a diet is something designed to make you lighter, when in fact it can have many other goals. Generally speaking, a diet is simply a well-thought-out approach for eating what's good for you. For most people, relaxation is only effective when it revolves around doing something entirely different from what you've been doing throughout the day. For instance, one of the best relaxation activities is spending some quality time with your friends, kids, spouse, Xbox 360, or simply playing with your dog. It's good because it's different. Believe me, if you were to play with your dog all day, it wouldn't be relaxing anymore. The same thing is true of physical exercise or intellectual activities. For instance, if your job involves a lot of thinking, then it will be very hard for you to relax in the evening by reading an intellectual book. Always, I repeat, always do something completely different. 8. Prepare your food in advance. This is the final dieting advice here. Some diets are hard to follow if you don't prepare your own food. Most of the time you won't find quality foods in the cafeteria at the office, unless you work at Google. That's why you should prepare your food in advance, and then simply take it with you. The best time to do this is either in the morning, as yet another way of waking up, or in the evening, as yet another way of relaxing. However, if you don't like preparing your own meals, or taking care of picking the right foods, you can take advantage of many diet food delivery services, such as Diet2Go, eDiets, Nutrisystem, Bistro MD. Now that you have an understanding of all the elements of an effective day, round them up and prepare yourself for tomorrow. However, most importantly of all, tweak every piece of advice you get until it fits your unique lifestyle. Find a solution that you can stick with permanently. Video 6 to 8 Ways Successful People like Kim Kardashian Plans Their Way. People of accomplishment rarely sat back and let things happen to them. They went out and happened to things. Leonardo da Vinci. You are watching Blazony Video. In this video we will be talking about 8 ways highly successful people plan their time. If you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Now, let's start. Highly successful people don't wait and hope for desired results. Success is never accidental for them. It's the direct result of preparing, planning, and aligning their time with their most important goals. Here are 8 ways that successful people make the most of their time. 1. They save their decision-making muscles for important stuff. Obama only wears blue or gray suits. Zuckerberg's uniform is a gray shirt and jeans. Steve Jobs wore blue jeans and a black turtleneck almost every day. Highly successful people simplify their wardrobe. They minimize the amount of decisions they make on trivial matters. Only a few decisions truly matter. They've internalized that every decision doesn't have to be optimal or perfect. This frees them to make quick decisions most of the time. They automate and simplify decisions. They don't think about whether they will go to the gym. They don't deliberate about what they will eat for breakfast. They work out at the same time every day. They eat the same breakfast every day. They use their willpower and flex their decision-making muscles on the highest impact decisions they face each day. 2. They have a consistent morning routine. They create momentum at the start of the day through consistent morning routines. Successful complete a combination of the following activities in the morning: meditate, read, journal, exercise, prioritize their day, envision a successful day, and eat a nutritious breakfast to fuel their day. For example, motivational speaker Tony Robbins takes a cold plunge to reset his system and reduce inflammation in the morning. He also does breathing exercises and expresses gratitude during a 10-minute priming exercise. What we focus on expands in our minds. Through his morning routine, he chooses to expand gratefulness over fear and anxiety. A precise formula that produces an effective morning routine doesn't exist. Highly successful people experiment with different activities until they find the morning routine that fits their lifestyle and sets them up for a successful day. They also create routines for the end of the day. 3. They have a consistent nightly routine. Before anything else, preparation is the key to success. Alexander Graham Bell: successful people don't wait until the morning to prepare for a successful day. They start the night before. They unplug from their devices, read, meditate, and plan for the next day. They wake up relaxed and stress-free because they have already designed the blueprint for a productive day. However, they don't start planning the night before. 4. They plan ahead thoroughly. Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe. Abraham Lincoln: one of the major differences between highly successful people and average performers is detailed and strategic planning. Successful people spend more time thinking about their big picture goals and ideas. They zoom out regularly to analyze their lives from a 50,000-foot view. This enables them to make key decisions deliberately, methodically, and strategically. Average performers make those decisions in a reactive mode while they're in the thick of the forest of their lives. Successful people plan thoroughly and reap the rewards down the road. Their detailed planning provides clarity on what they should be working on at any given time. They produce at high levels because they separate the planning and creation processes. They don't plan when they feel like it. 5. They have a system for planning. While Bill Gates was the chairman at Microsoft, he secluded himself from the distractions of daily life twice a year during Think Week. Visitors were banned during the week. He read many papers, his record was 112, about Microsoft as well as new ideas in technology during Think Week. The space and time he carved out during the week allowed him to take a step back to review the projects and ideas at Microsoft. Greg McKeown, the author of Essentialism: The Disciplined Pursuit of Less, advocates conducting a quarterly personal review to define your most important objectives for the next 3 months. What doesn't get scheduled, doesn't get done. Successful people regularly schedule time to review their priorities, goals, and roadmaps to achieve them. They schedule time to monitor their progress on key objectives and iterate their plans based on results and lessons learned. They schedule their projects on a daily and weekly basis. They set aside time to plan and strategize as well as time to execute those plans. 6. They prioritize. Successful people understand that if they don't prioritize their projects, they will be swayed and pushed around by the agendas of others. They consistently evaluate their priorities and reorganize the order as circumstances change. Since their priorities are crystal clear, they quickly assess whether a request fits into their big picture plans. They cultivate the habit of turning down requests that don't align with their most valued goals. They learn to say no in a firm and graceful manner to requests that don't fit their plans. Effectiveness trumps efficiency for them. They focus on working on the right things over getting more done. They strive to produce at their highest quality for their highest priorities. 7. They focus on important projects. Most of us spend too much time on what is urgent and not enough time on what is important. Stephen R. Covey. In The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Covey lays out a quadrant with the following categories: urgent and important, not urgent and important, urgent and not important, and not urgent and not important. The quadrant where you spend the majority of your time determines your life's destiny. Average performers live in the urgent quadrants. They are constantly putting out fires. On the other hand, highly successful people focus on activities that are important and not urgent. These activities don't yield instant results. However, they produce massive long-term results. 8. They work on the most important project first. Willpower is a limited resource. As we make decisions, run errands, and work on various projects throughout the day, our willpower is depleted. Successful people leverage the full tank of willpower in the morning by working on their most important project first. In the morning, the stresses and obstacles that arise throughout the day haven't cluttered their mind yet. They take advantage of their fresh and clear mind. In addition, they take advantage of the lack of distractions in the early morning. They get a head start on the world by making progress towards their most valued goal in the morning. Thanks for watching today's video. Remember to share with those who need this. Video 7 to 5 Gut instincts not to ignore if you want to get what you want. Like Have you ever considered that there may be more to life than just your thinking mind? Have you ever thought yourself into a state of love and joy and bliss, or did it just kind of happen? Sort of came up from somewhere, and then left again? You are watching Blazony Video. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. And give the video thumbs up. This is the magic and intelligence of our inner bodies. Although we live in a culture where the egoic, thinking mind is in charge all of the time, we only have to look, without thinking, within to find a whole new part of our being. Gut instincts are a major part of this internal world that speaks in non-verbal form. Your gut feeling gives you hints, indications, and other pointers as to what you should be paying attention to, what you need to do for growth, and what people or situations you should avoid. Where does your gut feeling come from? Your gut is often considered to be your second brain. According to mindfulness-based psychotherapist Lena Franklin, the cells in your gut carry memories from your past and sends these signals to the brain, even if the thinking mind can't identify the specific memory. Because of this, the gut is often what people refer to when they have a sixth sense about something, or when they use something called their intuition. These subliminal messages about whether things are right or wrong, whether you should or shouldn't go ahead, often bypass the logic of the brain, and you receive the signals at a much deeper level. Depending on how spiritual you want to get, many people believe that the universe, God, spirit, or whatever terminology you want to use, communicates through your inner body, rather than places like your head. Should you trust your gut feelings? Why? There is always a lot of debate when it comes to whether or not you should trust your gut. We live in a society where mind and logic rule all, and the power of gut instincts has been left for the past or for crazy mystics that live in the mountains. This is one of the main reasons why we even need to ask the question about whether or not we should trust our gut feelings. For most of us in the Western world, they are a completely foreign concept, so no wonder we have trouble knowing whether or not we should trust them. This point is emphasized by former world chess champion Garry Kasparov. In one of life's most analytical games, he explains that the total possible number of moves in a single game of chess is more than the number of seconds that have elapsed since the Big Bang created the universe. Because the game is so complicated, he explains that intuition, rather than analysis, is key to success. This idea transfers to the most complicated game that there is, life. The truth is that your gut feelings are just as important as your mind, if not more important. If you know how to use them correctly, gut feelings are rarely as incorrect as the mind is. Your gut feeling communicates in more subtle and truer ways than your mind, and it speaks closer to who you really are, rather than going through the filter of your negativity and overanalyzing biases in your head. Like with any skill and habit that is worth training, listening to your gut can be very difficult to learn to begin with, especially if it is something that you have never really tuned into before. With a bit of practice though, your mind and your gut can work in tandem to help you manifest your best possible life. 5 gut instincts that you shouldn't ignore. Mastering listening to your gut and intuition can take months and even years of practice, but it is certainly a worthwhile path to lasting inner peace and happiness. However, for now, there are 5 gut instincts that you shouldn't ignore, and these are ones that you are probably already familiar with. 1. I've done this well before. Everyone comes across particular stumbling blocks in their life. Sometimes there are obstacles that, when looked at objectively and from a zoomed-out position, you can't believe that they are obstacles because they seem so small. Yet here you are on the ground level, falling again and again at the same place. Whether you are a basketballer who keeps messing up three-pointers, a footballer who can't score a penalty, or someone who gets anxious about something that they have done loads of times before, it is all in the mind. The mind can always get in the way, and ironically, the more that you allow the mind to step in during those crucial moments, the more power it gets whenever you re-enter those crucial moments, leading to a negative cycle. The only way out of this is to trust your gut feeling. Be aware that your mind will want to step in and tell you that you should do this and should do that. You might be tricked into thinking that it is helping you, but it isn't. How many times have you put a golf ball from this distance? A million. You don't need your mind telling you how to do it. Be still. Be aware. Let your body and instincts take over. 2. I'm in danger. This is probably one of the most powerful gut instincts that you will have experienced. Our survival instincts are arguably our most powerful set of instincts and are always on standby, waiting for us to need them. These feelings often come from deep within your body and can be anything from a mild tingling that something isn't right to something more extreme like a sharp pain. Either way, it is worth tuning into your body and realizing that something is probably up. In his book, Intuitions, Its Power and Perils, author and psychologist David Myers Ph.D. believes that the feeling you get about a person in the first 10 seconds expresses an ancient biological wisdom. He relates this idea to the story of Jackie Larson, who had a really bad feeling about someone who was asking for her help by the side of the road. It turned out that the man was a criminal fleeing a gruesome crime scene. However, it is also important to consider the other side of this gut instinct. Because danger often relates to life and death situations, it is extremely important that you don't just factor in your intuitions. This is one of those cases where the mind should still be there in the background to make sure you aren't missing something obvious. For example, the shooting of unarmed young men usually comes from this "I'm in danger" intuition that was completely incorrect. This often comes from unconscious programming about what is and what isn't actually dangerous. Your rational mind should step in here. Similarly, if your "I'm in danger" feeling goes off inside of you frequently, it is probably faulty. The reason that this intuition is so powerful is that it is reserved for those very rare, sometimes never, events that can occur when your life is in danger. If you frequently believe that your life is in danger, it might be time to review how much you listen to this intuition and why it is going off when it doesn't need to. 3. I feel off with this person. One of the most common intuitions that almost everyone has experienced at some point is the gut feeling of feeling off with someone. It is that small but noticeable shift in your energy field that tells you that something is not quite right when you are interacting with someone. Just like with most gut feelings, this particular one is there to be noticed, not immediately jumped on. After all, it can be difficult at first to distinguish between a shift inside that signals something positive versus one that signals something negative. If you just assume that something is wrong whenever you feel a shift, you are going to be running away from so many situations that could be great for you. Notice the feeling, remember the feeling, see what your mind has to say, and let everything play out over a bit of time. As long as you notice initially that something is off, you will be more aware and present. In this state, your judgment is clear and you can decide whether you want to follow through on your initial gut feeling or not. 4. I feel I need to show empathy. A positive gut instinct that is prominent within our lives is the instinct or intuition that we feel when we feel that someone might need our help. Because showing support and compassion for others is always a good thing, this is definitely an instinct that you will want to listen to. You may feel it when you are at a group gathering and you see someone shy on the edges. Your intuition may tell you to invite them in. You may feel a shift when you see someone you care about facing a difficult time. Your intuition may tell you to comfort them and see how they are. Notice that many people think that these sorts of actions come from the mind when they don't. I should go over there and make her feel welcome comes after your intuition has already pushed you in the direction. Your mind might even push back, insisting that she is fine and doesn't need your help. It is your gut instinct again pushing back, saying that you should show empathy. Whenever your gut instincts are telling you to be empathetic, it's a good idea to listen. 5. This is special if you ask anyone about some of the greatest decisions that they have made in their lives, whether it be marrying the right person, jumping at a scary business venture, or deciding to write a book. Most people will have the same explanation: it just felt right. The mind is the perfect tool for making small-scale decisions that only involve a few variables. When it comes to the truly meaningful and life-changing events in this world, intuition is what it's all about. The human experience is deeply ingrained with a greater sense of knowing, far beyond what the mind can ever comprehend. This is what people talk about when they say something didn't really make sense, but it felt right. It is one of the most important gut instincts to listen to. It symbolizes a potentially pivotal moment in your life. As soon as you notice it, you just have to take the final and most difficult step. Will you go against your thinking mind and trust your gut? If you can, you will find joy and happiness beyond your wildest, mind-based dreams. Conclusion. So there you have it. These aren't the only gut feelings that you can and will experience in your life. There is a broad spectrum that will gradually open up to you, but these are the most important and noteworthy ones. If you start to listen to your intuition more and give your thinking mind a back seat role, your life will completely open up to so many amazing possibilities. This is perhaps the best kept secret of a life hack. Thanks for watching the video. Please share with your loved ones. Mr. Beast Video 8, David Dobrik. 15 Daily Intentions to Set for a More Driven Life. Setting daily intentions is one of the most powerful visualization techniques you can do. It is so easy to roll out of bed and wander through your day with no direction or drive. Daily intentions make you laser focused, put you in a positive headspace, and commit you to your goals. You watching Blazony video, please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Let's dive into this video. If you are fans of David Dobrik, chances are you have watched any video related to any of the following: David Dobrik 2, David Dobrik and Madison Beer, David Dobrik Vines, David Dobrik Addison Rae, David Dobrik Jimmy Fallon, David Dobrik Wisdom Teeth, David Dobrik and Corinna, David Dobrik Alien, David Dobrik and Liza Koshy, David Dobrik and Natalie Knoll. If you have watched any, you will know David Dobrik is a successful person. Now, let's dive into this 15 daily intentions to set for a more driven life. How do daily intentions work? A daily intention sets your reticular activation system (RAS) to work. Your RAS is essentially a filter for information. Your brain is overloaded with information every day, and it simply cannot absorb all those colors, noises, and facts, so it filters them based on your belief system. For example, you buy a new car that you think is unique because you have never seen one, and then everywhere you go, you suddenly see your new car. That is your RAS system at work. You can use this part of your brain for good. If you set your focus or brain filter to your goals with a specific intention, your brain will filter through all the information you receive automatically and hand you information relevant to your goal. That is why they are so powerful. You are turning your brain biology in your favor. It is an incredibly powerful tool to switch from negative thinking to positive. Your brain is always searching and filtering, you just have to put on the right filter. Tips to enhance the power of your intention. When setting intentions, use these tips to make them stick. Focus. When you say your intention, you have to focus on it and make sure it deeply resonates with you so you can feel its power. It should make you want to jump out of bed and into your day. Connect to your why. Make sure it is deeply connected to your why. Your why is what drives you to achieve your goals and move through life. Power up your intention with it. Leave your fears behind. Add in an exhale of fears into your routine. Inhale deeply and exhale all your fears and doubts holding you back, and dive into your life unafraid. Be accountable. Invent an accountability system. Setting your intentions once is great, but the more you do it, the more driven and focused your life will be. Find a way to stay accountable. To create more focus, it is important to clear up as much mental real estate as possible by dealing with negative thoughts. I have written some intentions to deal with some emotional issues, so you can be free to solely focus on your goals, whatever they may be. 15 daily intentions to set for a more driven life. Reflect on your goals and pick and choose from the following intentions to get you started on your journey. 1. I accept myself as enough. Setting the intention that you are enough is a great way to banish any insecure and negative thoughts that hold you back from your goals. 2. I won't be afraid to try difficult things. Deciding that you can do difficult things will help you cope with unexpected roadblocks in your day. Instead of crumbling, you will raise yourself up to defeat them with an indomitable attitude. 3. I intend to do my best today to achieve my goals. Doing your best each day to achieve your goals is important, and sometimes you just need to focus on the fact that you aren't going to give half your best today. You are going to go in with 100% and do everything to the best of your ability. 4. I will believe I am beautiful and accept my flaws. By setting the intention that you are beautiful as you are helps remove the anxiety that comes with daily living. You are beautiful, and that is enough. You are allowed to make mistakes and not be perfect. This is okay. Now you have so much more mental real estate to focus on reaching your goals instead of being devoted to self-shaming. 5. I will drink enough water today. Keeping hydrated is important. If you aren't hydrated, you get tired and depressed. Drinking water helps maintain your blood pressure and boosts blood circulation, getting all that good blood to the brain where it needs to be. 2. 6. I intend to do something fun today. If you are driven and work all the time, you will burn out. You need to have some fun. Part of a rounded life means having fun, and then when it comes to work time, you will be more driven and focused. 7. I will look for the positive side in negative situations. This is a powerful mindset shift that can really help you live a fuller life. By focusing on the positive and the lesson in adversity, you can best handle situations. 8. I intend to be grateful for 3 things today. Gratitude has an overwhelming power to change your life. Practicing it will bring you peace of mind and switch your mindset from lack to abundance, giving you positive energy to drive you through your day. 9. I will forgive those who wrong me so that I may be at peace. If you are at peace, you don't have to spend mental energy rethinking situations that have happened and you no longer have control over. Forgive people and accept that they're not perfect. Forgive people for yourself and your growth. 10. I will control what I can control. You can only control what you can control, and attempting to control what you can't is a waste of time. Focus on what you can and let go of what you can't. Your life will thrive. 11. I will develop a healthy relationship with money. Money is good, and having a good relationship with it is key to having a more driven and productive life. Instead of a state of lack and fear, choose abundance and love. You will find it easier for money to flow to you when you want it to. 12. I intend to bring abundance and love into my life. You always want to focus on bringing more good into your life. By setting an intention to bring abundance into your life, you not only set yourself up for a positive mindset, but you is looking for reasons to prove you have an abundant life. 13. I will face all my challenges today with a calm mind and conviction. Having a positive attitude towards adversity will really help you achieve your goals. The road to success is paved with many challenges, so choose to run at them head first. The faster you face them, the more successful you will be. 14. I intend to embrace who I am. Living authentically with who you are means you are no longer at war within yourself. Be who you are and face the world with it. It is just more mental and emotional real estate being freed up. Create the life you really want. 15. I will do my best to lead by example. By setting the bar high for yourself, you teach other people how to live a happy and more successful life. Decide who you want to be and show up like that every day. Your life will change, you will inspire people, and they will join you on your journey to success. Final thoughts. By setting a strong intention that really resonates with you, you can focus on what you want to achieve in your life. Whether it is personal, professional, spiritual, or simply personal growth, setting an intention sets you up in the morning to face the day with a positive and indomitable attitude. Thanks for watching today's video. Please share with your loved ones. Video 9. Justin Bieber ways of completing goals quickly and effectively. They say that half the battle of completing goals is setting the goals themselves. But the other half of this battle is finding the motivation to work towards that goal despite the circumstances. And not many people are very good in the second half of that battle. You are watching Blazony video. Please subscribe to our channel if you haven't and give this video a thumbs up. If you are one of Justin Bieber fans, chances are you are watch one these videos. Justin Bieber yummy, Justin Bieber baby, Justin Bieber intentions, Justin Bieber sorry, Justin Bieber love yourself, Justin Bieber despacito, Justin Bieber boyfriend, Justin Bieber as long as you love me, Justin Bieber beauty and a beat, Justin Bieber Billie Eilish. If you have watched any of those videos, you will know how successful Justin Bieber was. In this video we will be talking on how to complete goals quickly and effectively like Justin Bieber. Let's start. In most cases, people end up giving up or failing, and it's sad to see that after people put effort into achieving their goals. So, for the people who are struggling, my suggestion is to consider some of the strategies listed below to help with completing goals. Furthermore, understand why you continue to struggle to complete goals in the first place. Why do people struggle with completing goals? While there are many reasons for not completing goals, it can be narrowed down to a lack of two core things: motivation and patience. Motivation is your desire to complete things. If you don't have the motivation, then you'll get trapped by excuses as simple as, "Oh, I don't feel like doing that today." Patience, on the other hand, is to help you out long term. The goals that you are working towards aren't usually things that can be achieved in a single day or a week. You have to have the patience that what you're doing is helping you reach your target. If not, you'll do something rash and lead to failure. Patience is something that only you can work on. There's not really any kind of formal strategy, as patience is more of a self-controlled aspect of ourselves. 1. For example, forcing yourself to wait and figuring out what is making you impatient in the first place are strategies to being more patient. Motivation, though, is something where there is a plethora of advice and strategies, as motivation stems from different sources. There are many ways for you to achieve your goals, and there is no specific path that you can take. Strategies for completing goals properly. With this in mind, here are some strategies that you can keep in mind to make completing goals easier and more achievable. There is no one golden standard for how to set goals and complete them, but that leaves room for you to experiment. Try out these strategies for at least a few months to see where it takes you. From there, begin making adjustments to better tailor your goal-achieving process. 1. Set smarter goals. If there has to be a gold standard for goals, I'd say it's the SMART goal system. When people talk about goals, the first method that springs to mind is this system. However, people have expanded on that system and have created the SMARTer goal system. SMARTer is the same thing as SMART. You are still setting specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely goals. But the stands for evaluated and readjusted. In other words, after you work on a goal, you go back to evaluate it and then make adjustments to it to reflect that evaluation. For example, say you're looking to lose weight and have set a goal to lose about 10 pounds in a month. It's risky, but for some people it can be manageable if you work on your diet and work out plenty. The would kick in 2 weeks into this and allow you to look at your overall progress. What is going well for you? What needs improvement? This step in the system can help you in a big way. If you're in the position you want to be in, you'll build up more motivation and confidence. If you're not, you'll move to the and re-evaluate your goal. Maybe you were a little too ambitious and need to be more patient. Why not lower the bar slightly to help you build up motivation? Smarter goals are better because there is that check system in place. SMART goals can have that too, but that method focuses more on the characteristics of the goal rather than checking up on it afterward. 2. Remove bad habits. The main purpose of goals is for you to remove bad habits, but it's worth reiterating, as bad habits aren't only focused on one area of your life. There are many overarching bad habits, such as coming up with excuses. Ultimately, these block your progress and stifle motivation, and they can get frustrating to deal with. But this comes back to exercising patience. This process takes time to work on. My suggestion is to take the time to identify your bad habits. What habits do you have that you think are bad for you? Write them out and come up with a plan to remove them from your life. Better yet, replace these bad habits with many good habits. To do this, consider what this bad habit provides you. Every habit covers a need, whether that's emotional support, a sense of satisfaction or accomplishment, and so on. Figure out what that bad habit provides and find something similar, but better, that can satisfy the same needs. 3. Build self-discipline. Another strategy is to begin building self-discipline. When you have discipline, you don't have to worry as much about finding the motivation to do things. Even during the early stages, there is a state of mind that you can enter where you won't have to think about doing a certain task. You'll do things automatically without thinking. A good example of this at work is your morning routine. Every morning, you have a series of tasks you do to prepare yourself during the morning. If you want a more fulfilling morning, provided you're not happy with your routine right now, you can incorporate other activities. Soon enough, those will become part of your routine as well. 4. Limit distractions. On top of mitigating bad habits, you also want to focus on having fewer distractions in your life. Some ways that you can limit distractions are to better organize your working space. Another option to consider is having activities that you can do prior to work or during it to help you get into a flow state. Things like meditation or listening to white noise or soft ambient music can help in those regards. 5. Have better management of your time. On a similar note to distractions, perhaps you are someone who gets distracted by other tasks. You only have 24 hours in a day, and a portion of that is dedicated to eating and sleeping. Your time is valuable and you want to be sure that you are spending your time wisely. Keep in mind this doesn't always mean working all the time. Make sure you strike a balance with your other needs like social and health needs too. You want to be certain that whatever it is that you are doing at the moment is worth your time. What benefits are you getting from doing a certain activity? What benefits are you getting from talking or being around a specific person? Remember, this benefit doesn't have to be extraordinary every time, but you want to be mindful so you're not spending time with those dragging you down or making it too difficult to concentrate. The same applies to activities too. 6. Do the MIT first. MIT. Most important task. There are many iterations of this, but it's all the same principle. The first chance you get, you want to be tackling the largest task first. This has a lot to do with how motivation works. People think that handling smaller tasks first makes it easier to build motivation for bigger tasks. I can see the logic behind this. However, remember that these small tasks still drain your energy. If you spend all day completing the small tasks that inch you forward towards your goal, chances are you won't have much energy and motivation for the big task at the end. 2. In most situations, you're probably going to have the most energy in the morning, and so it makes sense to use that energy on something that demands a lot of it. 3. Later on in the day, you can power down by doing all the other tasks that don't demand a lot of mental or physical strength. 7. Accept failure. The final strategy that will help you is to accept failure. As much as it's key to be optimistic, remember that you're not always going to hit your targets. There will be days where you won't get everything done or experience a setback. Don't worry so much about that and take it as a lesson to improve for next time. Going back to when I mentioned smarter goals, you want to apply that in all things in life. When you experience a delay or you want to note your progress, go and evaluate and make adjustments if needed. Final thoughts. Completing goals is challenging and requires a lot from us. You need to work hard, and you need to keep that momentum going. At the very beginning, it's easy for us to resist change and slip back to our old ways. That's okay. Remember that motivation comes from when you're starting something and continuing it. Like a boulder rolling down a cliff, if you are practicing these particular tactics, you'll find it easier to have the motivation and the energy to be completing goals in no time. And there will be nothing that'll get in your way. Thanks for watching the video, and remember to share with your loved one.